Dear student, class 10, welcome to our online class Greenfield School and College. Today I am going to discuss about chapter 12, the economic indicators and the nature of the economy of Bangladesh. At first you have to underline the first line. To know the economic condition of a country, it is necessary to know the gross national product, gross internal or domestic product, and per capita income of the people of that country. These are called economic indicators because these indicators indicate economic condition. Whether the economy of a country is advancing or falling back or remaining at the same position compared to the previous condition can be understood by the standard of those indicators. Actually, these indicators one of the measurement of measure a country's position, economic position. Along with these indicators, what the condition of production in agriculture, industry, service, and in other sector is, how the money sent into the country by the people working abroad is creating impact on national economy. Taking all these into consideration, it is possible to know the condition and flow of the economy of the country. So at first we will discuss section 1.11.1, the economic indicators, the gross national product. The gross national product. It is necessary to know about the gross national product and per capita income, national income of a country to know the economy and economic condition of that country. The monetary value of the amount of material and immaterial goods, underline goods and service produced in a particular period, generally 1 year. Actually 1 year, how many materials and immaterials, goods, service produced, and by investing the labor and capital of a country on the natural resources or land of that country is called gross national product. The measurement of gross national product. At first step, we will see taking the produced goods and service into account. Various types of goods and service are produced in the economy of any country on the basis of the needs of the people. Because of the variety of the produced goods, it is not possible to calculate the total amount of these goods and service. So the amount of total production of each commodity and each service is to be multiplied with their market price to calculate the amount of gross national product. It means the summation of the financial value of each commodity and service obtained in this way is called gross national product. For calculating gross national product in this method, only the ultimate commodity has to be counted. We have to know why the actual and ultimate commodity have to count. Many goods are purchased and sold more than once as primary and secondary goods before arrive the market. Actually two times sold the commodities primary and secondary market. These purchase sale occurs between the producers and the businessmen. At the final phase of the production of the country, consumer purchase and consume. And finally, when the consumer consume the product, then next time it will not sell because already consume it. After the purchase by the consumer, it is no more purchased or sold. If the commodity is counted at each phase to calculate the gross national product, the amount of gross national product will not be correct. For this reason, we already count it at the final phase. So, in calculating gross national product, the only commodity of the final phase has to be calculated. Let us try to understand the topics through an example. Suppose there is produced yarn from cotton, fabrics from, underline, fabrics from yarn and shirt from fabrics. Here cotton is the primary commodity. Underline, yarn and fabrics are the secondary goods and shirt is the ultimate commodity. If the price of the commodity is calculated at all these four phases, cotton, yarn, fabric, shirt, it will be a wrong calculation. If you count it every phase, it will not a proper calculation, and you will not get a good answer, because the price of cotton, yarn and fabrics are included in the price of the shirt. So to calculate or measure gross national product in the method of production, only the ultimate commodity which is directly consumed, actually we count the final phase or ultimate commodity which is directly consumed is calculated. Taking the earned income of the factors of production into account. To calculate gross national product in this method, summation of the total income of the factors of the production is found out. The income of the four factors of production, land, labor, capital, organization, is rent. The outcome of the land is rent, labor, wages, capital, interest, and organization or organizer profit. The national income of any country in a year is the summation of the total of the revenue, the wages oblique salary, the interest, and the profit earned by the factors of the production in that year. Taking the total expenditure of the society into account, gross national product can also be calculated on the basis of the total expenditure of the society according to the method. What is the method? The financial value of gross national product is found by totaling all types of expenditure of the country is a specific period of time. The total income of any, underline, in any country is spent in two ways, such as to buy utility goods and service and to invest. Spenders can be classified into three: the government, underline, the government of the country, various government, non-government organization, and the people. The summation of government, organizational and private consumption expenses and investment expenses of a country in a specified period of time, usually in 1 year, is the gross national product of that country in that year. Gross national product is many times called gross national income. In any simple economy, gross national product and gross national income may be the same. We know the summation of the financial value of the total produced goods and services in any specified period of time in any country is called gross national product. But it may not equalize with the total income or the total expense of the society, because to continue production process, some portion is separate from the gross national product is many times called gross national income. In simple economy, underline, gross national product and gross national income may be the same. We know the summation of the financial value of the total produced goods and service in a specific period of time in any country is called gross national product. It may not be equalized with the total income or the total expense of the society. To continue production process, some portion is separate from the financial value of gross national product to make up the damage of capital items such as machinery, equipment, etc. this portion is not produced. It is this portion is not um, this portion is not included in the income of the factors of the production. So the financial value of gross national product and the income of the factors of production or national income are not the same. But for the sake of the advantage of discussion, gross national product and gross national income are many times used as having the same meaning. Gross national product, gross domestic product. To understand gross domestic product, the idea of gross national product or GNP has to be remembered. Gross national product is the summation of the financial values of the amount of the ultimate goods and service produced by the people of any country in specified period, generally in 1 year. Production and income of foreign individuals or organizations residing and working inside the country should not be included in the national production, but the production income of native citizen, organization, institution residing or working abroad will be included. Actually, this line is very important. Foreign incomes not included. Foreign people's income not who are residing and working inside the country is not included in the gross national product, but the our people who are residing or working abroad will be included. Their income will be included in the gross national product. On the other hand, gross national product is the summation of the financial values of the goods and services produced at the final phase in a specific time period, generally in 1 year, by all the people residing inside any country or within its geographical boundary. In this case, actually you have to find out its meaning, the geographical boundary. If a geographical boundary who are residing inside any country, generally 1 year, their income. In this case, the value and goods services produced at the final phase, all the citizen and foreign individual, organization, institution within the same boundary will be included. Actually, gross domestic product in the summation is the summation of the financial value, goods and services at the final phase in specific period who are residing, foreigners and our native people who are residing in the country, specific boundary. If we mean the income of the native people residing abroad by X and the income of foreigners residing in the country by M, the gross national product and gross national domestic product, GDP plus X minus M. This is the hints. From the above discussion, it is clear that gross national product takes only the production of the citizen of the country into account. Again, gross national product counts only the total production within the boundary of the country, whoever the citizen or the foreign nationals produced it. In this case, only the point of geographical boundary of the country is important. Gross national product may be more or less than gross domestic product and even may be equal. However, GNP is usually found more or less than GDP, not equal. Per capita income is the average income of the citizen of any country in a specific period of time. Per capita income is determined by two separate standards: gross national income and total population. Per capita national income or per capita income is got by dividing the gross national income of any country in a specified period by the total population of that country. Per capita income is expressed as follows: per capita income equal to gross national income divided total population. Suppose in the middle of 2011 the population of Bangladesh is 14 crore at that time. At that time the gross national income is 7,000 crore US dollars. So the per capita income in that period 7,000 crore US dollar divided 14 crore equal to 500 US dollars. Per capita income determines very important this para the standard of living of an individual. High per capita income ensures high standard of living. It is universal truth. Along with high per capita income, the issue of the price of goods has also to be taken into consideration to determine the standard of life. If the per capita income of the people of a country in a year becomes double, and the same time the level of price of goods also becomes double, the real standard of life will remain the same. It will not be increase the real standard of life living, because the per capita income price of goods are double and same, because the individual will be able to buy similar amount of goods and service with that double income. So his real income has not increased through his financial income has got double, because financial income and price of goods have increased at the same time. Because if per capita income increase while the price level remain unchanged, the standard of living, it is important for your MCQ of living will increase. If per capita income decreases, the standard of living will decline. Again, if there is no balance distribution, if there is no balanced distribution of national income, the standard of living of most people remains low, though per capita income increases, because per capita income is an average standard, and the per capita income of small portion of people may be much higher, yet despite the income of majority people being much less, the average standard of per capita income of both section people may be such that the people appears to be higher. So sector of national income and its share in or contribution to domestic products. Look, the economy of Bangladesh is divided into total 15 main sectors. Underline it. The economy of any country of the world is divided into mainly three sectors: agriculture, industry and service sector. It is important for MCQ. Comparison among the GNP, GDP and per capita income of some countries. We know that the main indicators of the economic development of a country, of any country, is the per capita income of the country, of that country, of the people of that country. But for determining whether a country is developed, underdeveloped or developing, some other issue need to be considered in addition to per capita in national income or per capita income. For example, the nature of the economy, whether the economy is agriculture oriented or it has undergone industrialization, rate of literacy. It is the actually there are the indicators of how to measure your economic condition of your country. Whether transport, communication facility, the rate of capital formation, investment are in upgrade trend, all these are also need to be considered. So the World Bank has divided the countries of the world into three main divisions on the basis of per capita gross income, high income, middle income This chart is very important. Actually look, high income country 12,276 middle income country 1,006 to 12 to 75, lower income country $1,005 or below. How to actually there are many figure in your question. There are many figures set up in your question, and you have to find out which countries are lower income country. How to know it, how to find out it? Actually you have to memorize their income, like $1,005 or below, lower income country, high income country to $12,276, like that. So this chart you properly memorize it, and if you have any problem please contact with me.